So ClearSpace, we founded ClearSpace in 2018 to clean up space. That was the idea. We saw space dirty, too many debris. We have to go pick them up and remove them. That was the intent initially. Then we realized that the space debris problem is a side effect of an industry that doesn't have servicing. Imagine the motorway without tow trucks. Why is it safe? So there would be broken cars everywhere. So that's what's happening in space. So we realized, well, this industry doesn't have servicing. All the other industry do, and this industry underpins trillions in world economy and operates still like a single-use consumable. That's how satellites operate today. So what if we could be able to provide servicing to those satellites? How would it change the complete ecosystem of the space industry? Today, there's more than 35,000 larger objects in space that are completely uncontrollable, right? But then there's hundreds of thousands of centimeter-sized objects and millions of millimeter-sized objects in orbit, which all kind of spread across different environments. And all those objects present the risk of end of mission for a satellite or end of life for an astronaut. So we cannot continue piling up stuff without having a solution to keep this environment operational. The other element is that the number of satellites launched per year is growing rapidly. So from the 70s all the way to 2015, the average number of satellites launched per year is about 150. Last year, it was close to 3,000, right? So the number of objects we put in orbit is rapidly increasing for good reasons, because they produce incredible value and benefit on Earth. But if we don't have a system that actually is sustainable, then we're just going to create unsustainability overall in Earth orbit and make those orbital altitudes inoperable in a few years. You have to get close to an object that is orbiting, then you have to go pick it up, you have to find a way to grab it, and then once you've got it, then you can provide a service. Either you can move it, so if you move it to remove it, you slow it down, get it into Earth's atmosphere, or you push it out onto a graveyard orbit, or you can operate it longer, you can replace its propulsion system, you could be in the future replacing parts of the spacecraft, or you could be expanding its capability as we move forward. The other element on the spacecraft that you have behind me is that there's a refueling port. So actually I can reuse it. Once it's back in an operational orbit, I can actually bring a tanker, dock onto it, and refuel it so it can do more services. And that allows for a single spacecraft to do 5, 10, 20 services in the future, and be able to essentially reduce how many services we need to launch to be able to service larger constellation operations, for example, like OneWeb. At the industry of moving services. It's a little like a tow truck, right? So imagine the complete network of motorway operates already for 60 years without tow truck. And I invented tow truck. Everybody said, well, this is ridiculous. It's never going to work. Nobody's going to buy a towing. They don't need to. They can just leave their car in the motorway, right? So it sounds illogical because we're not used to the change already. But the reality is that what we're building here is not just one company. It's a complete industry of servicing that will transform the way space operates tomorrow. And that will make things possible that are just not possible so far. And we need to do the first mission, that's one of them, right? When people will see it, they'll say, oh, it's possible now, right? Obviously we should do that.